Hey guys, back with some more nostalgia for me, reading another chapter of Dance at Dusk, chapter 17. This chapter is longer than the other one. I still wish that I would have written longer chapters for this one, but there are 20 chapters in all, so we're getting pretty close to the end here. We're a day before the dance, and let's just dive right into chapter 17. Paul wasn't sure how fabulous and classy this restaurant would be, so he decided to dress up, but only a little bit. He threw on a semi-decent shirt along with a black vest that had hidden itself in the deepest depths of Paul's unmanageable closet. Then he chose some pants that looked schmancy enough. Wow, the word choice. He combed out his hair a bit and decided he was good. He felt inferior when he saw what his older brother was wearing. Reggie was completely decked out. Fancy vest, nice long-sleeve shirt, and matching pants. He looked kind of like a bartender. But Paul actually felt jealous. Green with envy. Paul was jealous of his brother. That was a first. "Like my getup?" asked Reggie, winking at Paul. Paul rolled his eyes. "Whatever. Where's Troublesome?" "Right here," called out the girl. Paul did a 180 spin and held in a gasp when he saw Dawn. She was really beautiful. Really beautiful. She'd literally then she'd literally taken Paul's breath away. Paul had to take a minute to let it soak in as he gasped for air. Too many typos within the same space. Dawn was wearing a gorgeous lacy blue dress with a small white jacket over it. She clutched a matching purse. Her shoes were flats, and they matched everything else she was wearing. Her hair hadn't been done up, but it was brushed thoroughly, and a blue headband pushed it back. Dawn cocked her head to the side in confusion as Paul fought to keep his cool. He'd never seen her look so pretty. If this was what she was wearing to the restaurant, then what could she possibly be wearing to the dance? As Paul kept staring at her, mouth gaping open, Reggie snickered in an all-knowing way, and Dawn swayed awkwardly. "What's wrong?" she asked. "Do I look okay?" Paul nodded, regaining himself at last. "You look fine. Let's just go. I'm starving." Reggie sighed, disappointed that Paul missed another perfect opportunity to court her. She'd say yes if he just asked her out already. Dawn stood dumbfounded for a while, ignoring some unwanted thoughts that popped into her head, and chased after Paul. Reggie smiled after the two, following from a distance. He was just waiting for one of them to make a move on the other. His video camera was ready. Reggie took his car keys out of his pocket and unlocked the doors. He sat in front of the wheel. Dawn beat Paul to the passenger seat, so Paul sat in the back. Reggie smiled. "Dang those kids for not getting together yet. It's just like those whippersnappers to keep a big brother waiting." It took around 15 minutes to get to the restaurant, and throughout those 15 minutes, Paul and Dawn decided to argue. Reggie rejoiced, as it was finally time to enter the restaurant. Reggie led the two in and up to a pedestal where a stout gentleman waited for them. He looked up at them. "Do you have a reservation?" he asked, looking them up and down, beginning to judge them. "Yes," replied Reggie. "Reservation for Shinji." The stout man looked over the list for a long period of time before finding their names at last. "Ah, here it is. Shinji's party of 3. I'll have someone show you to your table." Another man approached them. He was much skinnier, but had a mustache styled in the strangest way imaginable. "Would you prefer a window seat or one more closed off?" he asked. "Window seat, please," Reggie answered. The dances were What? The tables? What? What a typo. That's awful. The tables were decked out with fine tablecloths and were all candle lit. Chandeliers hung from the ceilings, sparkling brighter than any diamond. Normally, Paul would be out of his element in a place like this, but for some reason, no warning alarms rang off. He was at peace in here. Just as Dawn was about to pull out her chair to sit, Reggie stopped her and faced Paul. "Ahem. Shouldn't the gentleman pull out the chair for the lady?" he asked, raising an eyebrow at Paul. Paul normally would have glared back at him, but he didn't feel like it. He just obeyed Reggie and pulled out the chair for Dawn. She sat down neatly, and Paul pushed it back in for her, taking a seat of his own on the other side of the table. Reggie tried to sneak off unobtrusively, but Paul noticed him as he walked away. "Where are you going, Reggie?" Reggie cursed under his breath and turned back to them. "I thought I'd give you guys some time to talk. Besides, I think I see someone I know." Without another word, Reggie ran off, leaving Paul and Dawn to mingle. Reggie was such a sly man. Dawn turned over to Paul, unfazed by Reggie's disappearance. "Ouch." "We might as well talk to pass the time. Ask me anything you want, and I swear to answer." Paul blushed a bit as he thought of all the things he could ask. But did she really mean it when she said she'll answer anything? "You'll answer no matter what?" he asked. She nodded. "Yep." "No matter how embarrassing what I ask might be?" "I don't care. Ask away. Anything at all." "Okay." Paul hadn't expected this to happen, but their dinner trip had turned into a game of 20 questions. An opportunity like this might never come up again, so why not play along? Besides, there were things he was curious about. Alright, so that was longer, a little bit better. There were lots of typos, and there are grammar things like how I guess I didn't always put commas exactly where they should be. But hey, young writer. I wrote this apparently in 2013. Okay, so maybe my fanfiction account has existed longer than my YouTube then. I thought that they were more the same. But let's check out the chapter 17 reviews. Cookies and creamness. Ooh, I wonder what he's going to ask. I would love to know too, because I don't remember my stories anymore. D Master XD. Paul really likes Dawn in that dress. Great job once again. Sakura Toko. Wow. So that go away to an Apener warm? I ask myself that surprises you have us in the near chapter. Wait with anxieties for the following chapter. EVX me. Hehehe. Dawn has... You know, I think it's fine. Everyone on fanfiction had their moments where I couldn't understand what was going on. My stories are... it's all 2013 ago. Skitty 13. Oh, 20 questions. I wonder where this will go. Either way, keep continuing the story. Red Hood Lover. Wow, this is so cool. I'm really enjoying this story. Alright, so standard there. People are very nice to me, even though I wasn't the greatest writer of all time. But that is it for that chapter. There are only 3 more left, so it'll be nearing an end soon. I honestly really do enjoy going back and doing this over again, since it's like reading a fresh story. I don't really remember all the details about everything I had written before, so it's really fun for me. And I hope it's fun for you guys too. If there's a certain other fanfiction you want me to read after this one, let me know, and I will do so. Also, I've mentioned it in the past and nobody's really responded to it, but if anybody wanted me to read a fanfiction of theirs for the fun of it on the channel, then I would be willing to do that and promote some people and just have a good excuse to read fanfictions again, I guess. So anyway, that is it for this video. Please be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, and I would love to see you guys in another video. Goodbye.